Gentleman from Wisconsin is recognized for 2 minutes.
Geez, we could talk for 2 hours. First, one of the things that hasn't been mentioned here, the increase in the earned income tax credit for single people has a marriage penalty in it. I bring it up because I know the strength that Black Lives Matter had in this last election. I know it's a group that it doesn't like the old-fashioned family. Disturbed that we have another program here in which we're increasing the marriage penalty.
Mr. Speaker, and I hope my colleague from Wisconsin will not leave at this time, as he's talked about Black Lives Matter. How dare you say that Black Lives Matter, Black people do not understand old-fashioned families. Despite some of the issues, some of the things that you have put forward that I've heard out of your mouth in the Oversight Committee, in your own district, we have been able to keep our families alive for over 400 years, and the assault on our families to not have Black lives or not even have Black families.
All right, I'm gonna cut it right there. So here's what's going on. And shout out to Brian Cohen for uploading this video so I can see it. I didn't see the live debate or whatnot. But to touch on what he's saying, I understand what the representative from Wisconsin was saying, but him using Black Lives Matter was just it's a failed talking point, because for number one, the majority of people who are involved in Black Lives Matter and the people that are involved in the protests, they aren't even the majority Black. It's not like the Black Panthers and stuff like that. So just because it got the word Black in it, I think he's trying to use that as some type of scare tactic. But he also had an excellent point, but he was just clouded by his he was clouded by his best Trump impersonation. But the real issue I want to get to is the tax laws. It does not benefit lower income people to get married financially. It doesn't benefit at all. And I know this from my personal experience with family members. I've known people who, in my family have been together, 20 plus years and aren't married because it doesn't financially benefit them. And what do I mean by this? It's like, all right, let's say if you had a family of 4, you got man, woman, then you got 2 children. So let's say right now, let's say this is a relatively younger family. You get more money if you're claiming the children on your tax records as a single parent versus if you got married and the IRS combines your income, then you could potentially have to owe taxes, which is what happened in my case after I got married. Because after I got married, I was still in college when I got married. So I didn't have my career. I didn't start my career yet. So the job I was making, it just wasn't enough. So when they took what my spouse was making and what I was making, we ended up owing like a little over like $1,500 in income tax. And I know what people are going to say. Well, it's like, well, you should have adjusted your withholdings and all that. No, you shouldn't have to do all that, because I owe state and federal. So we went from the year before we got married we went from getting, thousands of dollars in income tax refunds, which, basically only thing that does is help you get caught up when you're poor. At least the only thing that does is help you get caught up on your your bills, and maybe be able to go out there and get you the car that you wanted, or a TV or something like that. Things that I say that you shouldn't spend large sums of money on in my other video. But it's hard. So, and another thing, they're not giving any type of benefit towards married individuals. So why get married at that point? Especially, it's not benefiting the man at all. 0%. 0%. Because when you get divorced, the children are going to go to the mother by default. unless, the mother has to be like horrible at parenting, and moms got to try real hard to lose custody of their children. So I understood why she responded the way she did, because the guy, he was trying to be smart. He's trying to. It was almost comical the way he delivered his address, when he could have actually made a strong point. And that's one of the reasons why black people don't get married at the same rate as other races. And if he would have came with it like that, he would have been absolutely right, because it all did start in the '60s, where they were trying to pass out aid to everyone, and the man couldn't be in the home. And that's one of the driving factors of the families first starting being divided and whatnot, and putting the African American woman against the African American man eventually. Yeah, because you have people, you have couples who break up, and then they make arguments about who's going to claim the child on the taxes. You'll even have some single mothers who aren't working at all, that'll give the child's social security number away to a relative or a friend, just so they can get a piece of the refund money, because they're not working, instead of letting the father claim the child. The father is working. The father is paying the child support and whatnot. So that's another thing that happens. That's just my opinion on the situation. I understood where both of them was coming from, but the gentleman from Wisconsin, I think he could have he could have came about this in a more respectful way and a smarter way, versus just trying to spew some talking points. Because truth be told, a lot of black people don't care for the organization. So him coming out, and I guess he's trying to do the culture war thing, which I'm not a fan of that either. I don't like the I don't like the pointing fingers at people. I want to hear solutions. I don't want to hear about everybody's problems all the time, because that's that gets depressing and overwhelming at times. So that's why I'm glad they passed this bill, because although it's not going to solve all of our issues, it's gonna be a big help to a lot of people, like you see in those West Virginia residents interviews lately. So thanks for checking out the video. Peace out.